Well, the manhunt to capture escaped prisoner Grant-Hardin continues this morning in Arkansas, entering day 4 of the search.
Yeah, you'll remember Hardin escaped from the North Central unit in Calico Rock on a Sunday afternoon. He was serving prison sentences there for first-degree murder and rape, both crimes happening in Benton County. Now, we're also learning more details from investigators. They say that they believe a corrections officer mistook him for a guard and let him walk out of that facility. They shared this surveillance image captured during the escape. Hardin was disguised to look like a corrections officer when he walked out of prison.
Law enforcement agencies from across the state have been involved in the manhunt, working through the rainy and foggy conditions to locate Hardin. Those efforts include checkpoints, searches with drones, as well as canine units.
And right now, Carter Thweet is on the ground in Calico Rock, not far from that prison.
Yeah, Carter, what can you tell us about the search efforts this morning?
That's right, guys. We've seen a lot of those checkpoints that you mentioned. We've been in Calico Rock since yesterday, and I gotta say, this morning, the search efforts actually seem more extensive. We've had our car checked now several times since getting here, and it seems like even though it was 5 a.m. when we rolled into town, there were more law enforcement officers out this morning than there were yesterday. So search efforts certainly not slowing down here, and it is a big effort, like you said, multiple officers, agencies from across the state. I was told not to give specifics about who's from where, but I've spoken with officers from as far as 3 hours away. So this is definitely an all hands on deck kind of effort. And like you said, several checkpoints that we've gone through, as well as other search methods. As far as what to expect going forward, I spoke with the Department of Corrections yesterday, and the main thing they want to emphasize that they're going to continue to follow up on all leads. So if you know or see anything, they encourage you to contact your local law enforcement. Reporting in Calico Rock this morning, I'm Carter Thweet.
All right, thanks so much for that, Carter. Well, the moment the Department of Corrections realized that Hardin had escaped on Sunday, they notified police to get that search underway, but that next call was to the victims' families.
This morning, the sister of the man killed by Hardin in 2017 is speaking out after the escape. 5 News reporter Morgan Wrigley is live in Benton County, where the family says this week's escape has left them shaken. Good morning, Morgan.
Good morning, Tiffany and Joe. 5 News spoke with Gateway Mayor Cheryl Tillman, who tells us that this escape has reopened wounds from 8 years ago when she found out her brother James Appleton was shot and killed. Now, Tillman says she got a call on Sunday night alerting her that Grant-Hardin had broken out of prison. In 2017, Hardin drove up next to her brother James Appleton in his car on a rural road in Garfield, shot him through the car window and drove away. Tillman says this escape never should have happened and says she's going to feel unsettled until Hardin is back behind bars, and she urges her community to stay alert.
I just want all of the people in our community to stay vigilant. You know, wherever you're out, watch your backs. Just be careful of what you're doing. This man is evil.
She says that she is grateful for the efforts of the deputies here at the Benton County Sheriff's Office and says that they are keeping a close watch on her family during this time. Back to you, Tiffany and Joe.
All right, thank you so much for that, Morgan. Now taking a look at the photograph shared by authorities. That photo on the left there is Hardin's latest prison mugshot. The photo on the right from surveillance video taken when Hardin walked out of prison. Make sure you're following us at 5newsonline.com throughout the day. We'll have the latest updates on the search.